Hi everyone. In this session, I want to print the two tables three times, right? Seventh table only up to three, and tenth table until three. So here I am going to design the program without synchronization to get this output. So for that, I am going to define the class name multiply with the method name here. Then table number we are passing as a argument. Then for three times we are going to print the values for seventh table. So for that we are using three number of iterations. Then the n is the table number, then multiplication symbol, then first we are starting from the I equal to 1, then 2, then 3, then just we are multiplying nth value is the table number 7 into 1, like that we are going to print. Then we are introducing the delay time 400 milliseconds for each iteration. In this delay time, if CPU is idle, then it will be allocated to another thread, right? So this is the action portion for the thread. Then I'm going to create the thread by using the mythread1 class, user defined class, which is extending the built-in class thread. So mythread1 is having the features of multi-threading by using the inheritance concept. Then I'm creating the object for multiply class, this class. Then here I am going to use the constructor. Through this constructor I am passing the object of the class multiply. Just we are assigning the value of the t into the t. So now I am defining the action portion for the thread. Then inside the run method, just I am passing the value of for the method compute. So 7 is the table number we are passing here, then 7 will be passed over to this method. Like that I am going to create another thread, right? For that I am defining the class mythread2. So this one is 1 and this one is 2, so which is also extending the class thread, so which is having the features of multi-threading concept. Then here we are defining the object for multiply class. That object is passing over this constructor, just we are assigning the value. Then run method is called. Through this we are computing the table. The table number is here 10. So now we are having the two classes mythread1 and 2. For these two threads, two classes, we can create the thread. For that we are going to create object inside the main method, right? That object is defined with respect to the class multiply. This multiply class is having the method compute. So for that we are creating the object. Then that object is passing to the mythread1. This mythread1 is the class which is extending the built-in class thread. So this class is having the features of multi-threading concept. Using that we are creating the t1 thread. For that thread we are using the object obj, which is defined by using the class multiply. Then we are using same object for the thread t2. So now you see t1 and t2 both are using the single object obj, which is defined over the class name multiply, right? So now when you are starting the t1 and t2, so you are going to get the output like this. But what is our requirement? Our requirement should be seventh table should printed first, right, for three iterations, and 10th table should print later. Okay, but here you see first seventh table first iteration is printed, then 10th table two iterations are printed, then second iteration of the seventh table again is printing later, and 10th table third iteration is printed. Then finally we are getting the third iteration of seventh table. You see our expected output is like this. Okay, so this is not achieved without using the synchronization concept. So this is the issue here when the single object, okay, single object is accessed by more than one thread parallelly. So concurrently accessing the single object by multiple threads. So that is the problem here. So we are not achieving our expected output. So to avoid that, we can go for synchronization concept here. So with the synchronization concept, we can achieve that user's requirement. That means seventh table should print first, then 10th table should print later. So likewise, to print, we are going to use the synchronized method by using the keyword synchronized in front of the method name. Simply we are going to use the synchronized keyword in front of the method name, then all the lines of the code is similar like without using the synchronization concept. So 3 iterations, I want only 3 lines, so I am using 3 iterations. Just it is printing the multiplication of table number and iteration number. Okay, iteration number, so which is giving you the value. Then we are introducing 400 milliseconds delay for each and every iteration. Now the class 1 is created with respect to inheritance concept thread class. Then we are using the object of the multiply class, that is passing to this variable t. Then inside the run method, we are passing the table number. Once we are calling this compute method, automatically this action portion will be executed by using the synchronized concept. If it is synchronized, then another thread will not access this method until completion of this method. So here for thread 2, we are using another class which is passing the value 10 as a table number. Now we are going to use the similar single object. Okay, single object for the threads T1 and T2. So more than one thread is accessing the single object. Even though it is accessing the single object, both are accessing single object, there is the synchronization concept is enforced here by using the synchronized method. So the thread 1, once it is accessing the object, then it will complete the process, then only that object can be allocated to the thread T2. So here first it is executing the thread 1 and then thread 2. So thread 1 is related to the mythread1 class. So mythread1 class is having the table number 7, so which is completing first. Then mythread 2 is having the thread 2. Okay, this one. So mythread 2 is having the table number here 10, so that is going to be printed later. So like this, the user's requirement, printing of 7th table first, then later 10th table, so which is achieved by using the synchronization concept. The synchronization concept is achieved here by using synchronization method. Thanks for watching.